I want you to tell us there have been arguments over the years on internet and surface of the earth that most women prefer love over money. Some have said most women prefer money over love. So, what's your take on that? Love and money, which is more important in a relationship or in marriage?
Well, in the strict sense of it, love and money they run pari passu. The truth is that you can't run a relationship without money. There's no relationship between a man and a woman that can function maximally without money not being involved because you need money to run a home, you need money to facilitate the flow between you and your spouse or
Okay.
your female friend, whatever category of relationship you are into.
Mm.
But answering your question categorically, the most essential one is love. Reasons being this, money can fade away when there is love. That relationship can still sustain.
Okay.
Now, I'll give you a picture. There are incidences where you start off a relationship and the man lost his job. And it's expected that if there is no love, that's already a signal, a red flag already, a crack. And that will bring an end to that relationship. But in the event where it is grounded by with love, chances are that the partners can still work together, pick their bits and pieces together, and begin to build or reform their union. But as against when it is just money oriented or centered around money, what you will find out is that that marriage will come to an end. The lady will pack her bag and baggages and leave the man there because for her she has no space to accommodate a man who doesn't have money.
Okay.
That is where it is. So just like I've said earlier on, you cannot do any relationship without money being involved. But essentially, love is more paramount.
Okay. What of in a situation where that love is here and there's no money? Like you said money is very, very essential to any relationship. Where that love is there, yes, I know a lady loves me. You understand? And the love, but the money is not there to take care of the home. I'm suffering. I'm a lady. Let's paint a scenario that I'm a lady and I'm in love with you. You understand?
Yeah.
But I just love you not solely because of your money, but also like you said we need money to facilitate the home.
The smooth running of
And,
that home,
and
yes.
yes, to run the marriage or the relationship smoothly. And there is nothing, and I've endured over years for like 10 years. I've endured, no money is coming forth, nothing. You understand? I'm the one as a lady even struggling to take care of you. And what does that? They can love sisters stay that home at that moment.
Well, see, the story you've just painted now is one in 100. But I do think that from evidences we've seen around our neighborhood and in the country where we live, or even from outside the globe, you find out that if it's difficult for that lady to stay for such a long time, it might be temporary. Because reasons being that women are wired different from men. The way they are wired are not the way men are wired.
Okay.
So women are like flowers that they need to be tended. Let me put this: they need to be tended. So for you to run a garden, there must be a gardener, and that gardener will be prepared to prune the flowers, water them, and ensure that they look beautiful.
Okay.
So if you look at it, adding both, you understand that there will be a lacuna when there is no money and a woman says it's in love. So how are you going to grow it? You discover it, but you will find that in certain cases there are pretenses.
Okay.
Maybe for the woman, there are women who are very prospective.
Okay.
She will look at it and say, okay, for the now,
The man is hardworking.
the man doesn't have. That's not to say that the man can never have.
Okay.
The man has prospects, or things are not really falling into places for him. She stays put, knowing fully well that someday, somehow along the line, you will bounce back to your feet.
Mm.
Whereas there are, on the other hand, some are not even willing to wait at all. They don't have that patience.
Okay.
They don't want to hear it is not there. They are the ready and quick to go ones. So these are the ones like you just mentioned now. Yes, in some cases you can find it happen, but again, it is hinged on some clauses, and those clauses are some of these I try to mention here now. Like I'll give you a picture. You find out that a young man who's a graduate or has several degrees but has no job.
Mm.
Now his source of finance is slim because he has no source of income.
Okay.
But you can find out a lady who will look at him as being prospective. Oh, this guy is sound. He's read. He has acquired education. But it's just that it's unfortunate that in the part of this part of the world, jobs are scarce, or the number of jobs available are too few for the numerous number of persons who are churned that as graduates yearly. So something have my acres. Okay, let me wait. This guy might pick up a job soon or sooner than later. With that at the back of her mind, she can decide to persist as okay, let me build with this man, and that's part of it too.
Okay. Okay. I coming from this angle now, petting it in today's society, especially in Africa right now.
Yeah.
You see most ladies they put in finance over relationship, money, the money. You understand? Are you even aware that some women are being paid salary? There is some girls to just to have a friendship to date them, to go into friendship with them. You pay them salary, monthly allowance for their relationship. So looking at what we in our Jay-Z, they call it Jay-Z in our 21st century ladies today, they tend to categorize, especially in Africa, they tend to categorize or they tend to place money first before love or before relationship. So I don't know how can we maybe reduce that perspective about women down here in Africa towards that.
Paul, I must say to you, it's difficult because a lot of borrowed influences are here with us. You find out that we as Africans, we don't practice our own African traditions. So there's a lot of influence from the West, and people tend to be carried away, especially female folk, by what they see, what they hear, their emotive. So you find out that, oh, I want to be like XYZ. This is what obtains in America, what obtains in Europe. But bringing it down to our place, are we Europeans? No. Are we Americans? No, we are Africans. But because of this Western cross-culture influence, you find out that these things persist. People here, the ladies here tend to imitate the ones over there. Our own values here are discarded. In the time of our mothers, these things we were talking about now were not prevalent. You understand? You'll find out that marriages are contracted by parents. Your family know my family will say, oh, this daughter will be good enough for my son. And such, the families themselves will be the one consummating the marriage. And because of the culture then has not been eroded, you find out that the children are bound to remain with the status quo, the contract of those parents. But as we speak now, you find out that the Western influence has killed that one altogether. What you find now is that, oh, I'm 18, I'm an adult, I have my own decisions to make, I need to choose. Just imagine what is going on now. You find out that people just begin to they start off relationship via internet. You don't know the person's background, you don't know his history, you don't know her history.
Well, that has actually worked for most people. Most people have married through Facebook.
What about the dangers? How many have been killed?
Through Twitter. I know, but many are working at some relationship are working at through internet.
I am asking you, what's the percentage? You see, what we are saying is that we're looking at a holistic thing. Yes, a handful of persons have gotten hooked through or via the internet. But how about those who got killed? I read the story last week of so gory. It just close by here in Delta State. The young girl was being chatted by a young man, and unknown to her, there was a ploy. She fell into it and came to meet. She was already rescued by a vigilante inside the forest. They the two young, the guy who was chatting her, they met physically for the first time, and they cajoled her and took siege of her, took her to the bush. The first they did was to transfer the money she had in her account to their own account, and made her, if she talks, and so many things transpired after that. But no, no, what I'm saying is that we calculate the advantages and disadvantages. You find out that the disadvantages outweighs the advantages. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Everybody, I don't generalize. You find out that it might work for John, but it might not work for James.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are closing this up now. So generally,
Yeah.
money and love, which is most important, which is most essential in marriage or in relationship?
Any day, anytime. I will always tell you love is first. Any day, anytime. Because that's the only thing that can sustain in the event or absence of money.
Okay.
You understand it? Because if you build on money, assuming the money no longer flows, what will be the repercussion? It means that relationship has hit the rocks. That's the end of the relationship. But if it was built on love, you find that it was not materialistic. It was the materialistic background or build or foundation. So you find that that can be sustained over a period of time at least, because, like I said, a woman is like a garden. Flower, you need to tend them. So there's no way you can run a home without money. There's no way you can do a relationship without money. So, like, I won't tell young men, I say, look, focus more on what will bring you, stabilize you as a person before you start taking appendages of a lady or a girl or stuff like that. So that's my take on it, actually.
So you see what you just came conclusion of now. I've heard so many men in our society today.
Right.
You see some men of 35. Let me say 35. They are even young. Let me say some men of 40, 45, 50. They are not yet married. They are still waiting for. They are still waiting for the right time. They are still waiting for money to come. They are still waiting for income. Aren't you the elderly ones telling us that we should just get married? That money will come. We should just go into it.
No, that would be being on a cliffhanger. The truth remains. I am not saying you must be a millionaire before you settle down. No. Now, like I always say, if you've not gone to school, learn a trade, learn a craft, learn something that can put food on your table, something that can give you a source of income. It's not only white collar job. Where it becomes abysmal is where you don't have anything that will bring you income. You must have something doing. Then I also will tell people that in relationship that is a permanent one like marriage, there's a need to be a little bit there's a spirituality to it.
Yes.
Not every woman is a wife material, not every man is a husband material.
Yeah.
Some have treated away their wife material in the name of girlfriend or boyfriends, vice versa. So, but when it comes to marriage is a union of two families in Africa, especially. Because what the Gen Zs are taking it, where they're missing it, is that you think marriage is just between me and the girl. No, it cuts more than across that, because you are bringing the fusion of two families from different, maybe culture, different background, different status and stuff like that.
Yes, yes.
So, but now coming to blend to become one. That's why they say the mathematics in religion is 1 + 1 is 2. So that is 1 + 1 becomes 1.
Yes.
So it's not the mathematical progression. So 1 + 1 is 2. So that's exactly what it is. Now, sometimes people are usually very, very. You cut your coat according to the size of your cloth.
Yes.
No, cut your coat according to your cloth, not your size. Now,
And what does that mean?
yeah, if you cut your coat according to your size, assuming you don't have enough material, will it size you? No. So, but if you cut your coat according to your cloth, then you know this material will not give me a agbada. let me do t-shirts.
Yes.
As against procrastinating, I want to sew agbada.
Okay.
And what you have there is less than 4 yards.
Yes.
And commonsensically, 4 yards can only make you danchiki
Yes.
and not agbada. So, but if you now say, okay, first and foremost, I want to settle down. What kind of woman do you want to settle down with? The spirituality of it now comes in.
Yes.
Then the heaviest mistake most men make, or young guys of today make, you don't marry a woman who doesn't have something to support you with. You are committing suicide. Now, you don't bring in liability. By so doing, it will you in fact you wrong gather. Now, you're bringing a partner. These things work this way. Oh, she has a trade. She has a job. You have. So now two of you can now build to form one.
Yes.
As a guest, it's just the man. You will bring salt. You will bring pepper. You will bring maggi. You will pay rent. You will pay school fees. My friend, you won't live long. That man will not live long. But in the event that she is enterprising, you are also enterprising. Now the burden will be lesser and the blood pressure will be lesser too.
Yes.
Now you find out that the man is not pressured in marriage. There are certain things commonsensically the man will take care of rather than everything hitting your table. Every bill hitting your table, then that man is heading for something else. Because I wonder how much he's going to earn. And mark you, the danger part is this: if you can't sustain that pace, there's a problem.
Yes.
There's a huge problem. So, but if in the event that the man has something doing, the lady has something, just something doing, it might not be. She can be a tailor, a seamstress, she can be a trader, she can. If you find out most homes today are even being complemented or run by the women, because you find out, okay, the man who wants a salary of XYZ, that salary will come at the end of the month. So if everything waits till the end of the month, you find out that there's going to be a problem.
Yes.
But if she has something she does to complement herself or complement the family, many are times when you don't have, she fills in the gap.
Yes.
And by so doing, the family will glide. The family will grow. There will be peace, there will be happiness, there will be harmony. As against where it is just one-sided. My brother, it will not work.
Okay, thank you very much for doing this with me today.
Thank you so much.
I believe you learned so much for this. You understand? So if you are choosing a partner, now we choose. And also, the conclusion of today's message is love is more essential than money in any relationship or marriage. I still remember your boy, Apostle. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, SEO.